I don't know why I was muted. Hi, Miss Can't Be Wrong, and Nick Valente, what's up, brother? Thank you. Shyla, how are you? Let's do it. I can already tell you what this show will be like every other show. No matter what I try to talk about, somehow we'll always come back to the same fucking topics, and it'll just be me repeating myself like every other day. My mic? What's wrong with my mic? Oh. What the hell happened? It's like everything reset itself or something. No, third rail, people do YouTube channels and you pick a topic and that's what you talk about. So if this channel is about Donald Trump, who should I be talking about? Just out of curiosity, fuckface. Are you upset that I exposed your douchebag president for the fucking lying scumbag pedophile that he is? I know you are. Did you know you're Bolt? What does that mean? Yeah, it's back now, right? The mic is better. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Yeah, Shyla, we haven't seen you in a while. The hell have you been? Both piece of crap parties. Okay, apparently I'm going to have a series of technical difficulties throughout this show, the way it's looking. We'll see. I'm sorry to hear that, Shayla. Unknown trader. Cool, man. Thanks, brother. All right, let's see. Let's see how quickly we get up there. Hey, you're bald, man. Street smart. You're making it hard for me to get work done. Sorry, man. My apologies. Technician. Obama is listed 2,500 times in the Epstein files. He knew from the get-go and likes his young boys. I don't know that that's true. From what I read, he's not mentioned in the Epstein files, but if he was, what was he mentioned for exactly? Was he mentioned for raping kids, or was he mentioned because, he was the president for 8 years? Donald Trump is named in the Epstein files more times than Jesus is named in the Bible. It's actually true, Go Fish. It really is. Oh, my God. Sorry, they hear that. Oh, okay. Look at the Dumb Lib Award Show. This is an award show? Okay. All right. I don't know. I don't know what they're saying 90% of the time. They just say things. 115 people, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I need a fuck ton of subscribers today. I have a goal. So if you could do that for me, please hit the like button and subscribe. This is an anti-Trump channel. So if you are anti-Trump, please do that. I do these shows about 3 times a day. In the mornings, I do shows that are a little different. You might not, understand what they're about, but 3 times a day, I'll do these politics shows and I'll fight against evil. Trump being the evil, of course, and we'll have a good time. So please hit the like and subscribe. Look at your sad prospects. What does that mean, David Peak? What in the fuck does that mean? He may be, but not one word of him raping kids. Aren't you sad? Yes, you are. It's amazing, right? It's almost like he didn't read the files. There are so many claims of him raping kids in the Epstein files. It is insane. I'm going to read some on this show probably, like I have been doing the last day or so, that he knew he was going on and playing with victims. I've seen from other people that the powers that be are deleting files regarding Trump and Obama. Yeah, not Obama, just Trump. Because why the fuck would they delete Trump's Department of Justice, who hates Obama more than anything in this world? Why would he have his Department of Justice delete anything bad about Obama? You have to be retarded to even think that, for that to make sense in your mind. It's Donald Trump, guys. You could say Obama all you want. The Clintons, yeah. But it's look, so what? Big deal. Bobo is okay with Bobo Better, whatever the fuck your name is okay with pedophilia. What a surprise. He's MAGA. Nope, he was not in them, but the left keeps praying. Guys, are they being serious? Every show, man. You know, I have to bring up that these people are so wildly misinformed and uninformed. But it seems impossible because I think us on the left, like we watch things, we learn things, we read, we research, we study stuff like that. So to us, it's like, well, everybody has to know the same shit I know, but they don't. The right doesn't know anything. There's people in this chat right now saying that Trump is not in the files for doing anything to kids. Meanwhile, that's exactly what he's in the files for. Don't get me wrong. He's in there 5,000 and something times. Most of them are just articles that cited his name, or at one point they were talking about his lawyer. He was named. He was named many times because he was the president for 4 years, prior to this term. And even during this term, I think they had some complaints and stuff they put in the files. But it's that 1 or 2% that's just, it's all accusations of him raping kids. It's exactly what it is. The Dems had the files longer than any other party. No, not really. If you're talking about all the files, no, they didn't. Because the big bust didn't even happen until 2017. So Trump had them for at least this will be his 4th year or some shit like that. But if you want to talk about the files as a whole, like going back to the 2008 bust, you could talk about Obama, but then of course you got to include Trump in that, and then Biden, and and there was no call for Biden or Obama to release anything. It was Donald Trump that ran on releasing the files, and it's only Trump that tried to cover them up. If Obama and Biden knew anything against Trump, they would have pulled that card before he was voted for the first time. It almost makes you think they didn't know flowers, doesn't it? Like as if they weren't at the Department of Justice just flipping through the files. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I guess you think that's what the presidents do. They go to the Department of Justice and they just look through shit. They released another 3 million pages. When? Did they? Is that why I'm hearing new shit today? Nah, you got to respond to the stupid sometimes because those are the dopes that have to learn. Why didn't Democrats run on releasing them? I'll tell you exactly why. Because this was a right-wing conspiracy thing. Remember? It was you guys that wanted the files released because you believed it was a cabal of Democrat elites that were running a fucking pedo ring out of a pizza parlor basement. That was you guys. Okay? And nobody believed your stupid fucking conspiracy theory. And look why, because it turned out to be complete nonsense. And of course, the files weren't able to be released until July of 2025 when Trump's Department of Justice shut down the case, meaning there's no more investigations. So, yeah, I don't know. You're right. What is the point of talking about the fact that the leader of the free world is a pedophile? I mean, why talk about that? That's not interesting at all. I can't imagine anything interesting about that. What are you, fucking stupid? Oh, your name is Southern Shorty. Yeah, you are. His Democrats are running pedo. Yeah, sure. Except it's your guy in those files. It's your guy. Who released the files? Who had the files for years? Trump, Biden. And he didn't release the files voluntarily. He was given no choice. I know you guys don't know this either, but Trump could have released those files a long time ago. He refused to. So Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie authored a discharge petition, and the Democrats, 214 of them signed it, and only 4 Republicans. You needed 218 signatures. Mike Johnson shut down the House for I don't know, altogether 2 months to make sure that he doesn't have to swear in the woman that was going to be the 218th signature, just so they could keep covering them up. And then Trump tried to talk Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert out of either not signing the petition or taking their names off of it. He got shot down. Okay. So then the House, he tried to get the House Republicans not to vote for it. They said, no way, we're going to be on record. So there's no way we're going to vote no to releasing the Epstein files. So they voted for it. And then he tried to get the Senate Republicans not to vote for it. And they said the same thing, not happening. So they voted for it. And it gave him no choice but to have to sign it into law. And it never would have had to have been a law if he just released the files. He could have released them at any time he wanted to. We had to create a law. Then the deadline was December 19th. By law, all the Epstein files had to be released and unredacted. And then they had till January 2nd to explain any redactions. They missed that court date too. So now, just recently, 3 days ago, they released 3 million files. And now Todd Blanche, who just happens to be Trump's ex-defense attorney, said that they're not going to release the other 3 million they have. Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, Clinton and Bill Gates more than anything. Yeah, leave Trump out of that. Yeah, I'm sure, because why cover up for the current president when you can cover up for a guy who hasn't been president for 26 years and another guy who is nothing more than a tech mogul? Yeah, yeah, you're definitely right. It wasn't Trump they were covering up for. The DOJ released them themselves. At what point would you believe them? They released them because of the law. The DOJ was forced by law. Congress makes the laws. And they made a law that the Department of Justice, it's called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The Department of Justice had to release the files. They did not do it on their own. They had no choice. Steve Blair, what's going on, brother? Void, it said he raped 13-year-olds. What the fuck you smoking? Yeah, it did. Well, they don't, you gotta understand, they don't look at the files. They don't research. They don't try to learn. They just say, no, he's not in the files, even though he is in the files. It is amazing, man. It's like the fact that we're all the same species, the left and the right, it's hard to believe. Right? I'm saying, how come people still don't believe it? LOL, idiots. Oh, yeah, no, my bad. Yeah, I didn't know what you're saying. Yeah, I get challenged in every comment, so my apologies. The law that Trump signed, are you dumb? All Trump had to do was not sign it. No, because there's a thing called optics, and there's something else called the midterms terms coming up. So let me lay it out for you, okay? So the Epstein files are possibly the biggest issue in America right now. They have been for months and months and months, okay? The majority of this country, like 76% of them, wanted these Epstein files released. Okay, the Epstein files, without a doubt, is filled with the world's most wealthy elite pedophiles, and people want to know who they are. Okay, so again, the Democrats forced the vote. So the House and the Senate voted for it. Then it went to Trump's desk, and he had two choices: sign it and save face and make it look like I'm not covering anything up, and then we'll just blow off the deadline and keep redacting my name until I'm not in there anymore. Or don't sign it, and then the Democrats could run on the fact that Trump is the only reason the Epstein files aren't being released. For the midterms, they could run on that. You understand? So there's a thing called optics and stuff like that, and it would have been the worst move Trump could have ever made. Even some of you fucktard loyalists would have turned on him for that. So no, he had no choice but to sign the law. He had no choice. And then he broke the law. They refused to release them by the deadline. They didn't do it. And now, by the way, 300 or 400 documents that include Trump's claims of Trump raping kids and stuff have been deleted by the Department of Justice. They were on the DOJ.gov website, and they've been deleted. And every day they're deleting more and more. I wonder why. Signed it in the law and delayed it. It was supposed to be released in December. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was supposed to be released December 19th. Yeah. Yep. And that's why in May of 2025, Pam Bondi told Trump that he's all over the Epstein files. So they assigned 1,000 FBI agents. This is a fact. You can look it up to redact his name from the files. And that's why they're putting it off and putting it off. Now, they keep releasing files with his name in it without realizing they're doing it, I guess. And then as soon as the media starts talking about it, they're deleting the files. So that's just more proof of a cover-up of Trump or for Trump. Why else would they be deleting files with Trump's name in them? And it just happens to be all the files where he's mentioned for raping kids. Why would that be? Yes, it's against the law. Yeah, and they were absolutely in violation of the law. They were already starting impeachment proceedings on Pam Bondi. So the Democrats and Joe Biden had the files. They didn't release them. You're forgetting about Trump. Trump had the files and didn't release them, right? Why do you leave Trump out? Trump was president before Biden. You know that, right? He was president when Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell got busted. So he had the files. So why didn't he release them? You're too focused on Epstein. Voters don't care about that anymore. Talk about actual things that matter to people everyday lives. Aaron, just because you don't care about it doesn't mean other people don't. There's polls on this. 76% of Americans wanted the Epstein files to be released. The whole world is talking about this. It's a 24-hour news cycle about the Epstein files. You're a fucking moron if you think people don't want to know. I mean, if you were any type of man who was against child sex crimes, you would be very, very interested in this, but you obviously aren't. You're probably a pedo yourself. Am I saying the same shit, or do I have to repeat myself constantly because the chat never stops talking about the same shit over and over and just denies over and over and over reality that Trump is in the files? How do I not repeat myself? I just stop telling people you're wrong. He is in the files. Have you actually read the files? No, you haven't. All of them? No, I'm not Johnny Five. I can't read 300 million files in 3 days. But yes, the accusations about Trump, I have them in my phone. I'll read them to you. Yeah, absolutely. Where are the arrests? Well, you're assuming that there's enough evidence to prove any of these crimes, and you're also assuming that the statute of limitations isn't up. So I don't think anybody's expecting any arrests. But wasn't Elon's office just raided this morning or something? Because Elon was in the files begging to be invited to Epstein's island, and Epstein shot him down pretty much. We do not care about you. But here you are watching. Here you are watching the show. 614 people watching. Guys, do me a favor. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. And if you would like to contribute to the show, if you think I'm doing good work here and you want to help me out, please send a super chat if you can, or I'll put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the chat also. But guys, this is another reason you should hit the like button. So every fucking show, and I'm not just saying this, they come in and talk shit. Oh my God, you only got X amount of likes. It's crazy. So it pisses MAGA off too. So hit the like button just to tell them to go fuck themselves, please. Because most of my pedophiles, and they were protecting their pedophile daddy, they don't care. That's all Trump supporters are, pedophile. Yeah, I agree. How's he in the files? How is he in the files? Well, he's in the files. That's how. What do you mean, how is he in the files? What do you mean? He's in the files. What other way is there to be in the files other than to be in the files? You are delusional. Trump is on the files. You mean in? He's a pedo. Voters don't actually care. It's called tribalism. No. His voters don't care. They're a cult. They don't care. If it was Democrats, this is all they'd be talking about nonstop 24 fucking hours a day. But it's Trump, or it's Trump. So, you know. You can make anything into a phone, idiot. What does that mean? You can make anything into a phone. So can I make this into a phone? What does that mean? You can make anything into a phone. Well, guys, what are they saying today? Are they more retarded than usual today, or is it just me? Trump is a pedo and all his pores are pores. You know what? I give up. I'm a regular viewer here. Well, thank you. I'd be wilding. More Democrats are in the file than Republicans. Okay, tell me who. Which Democrats? Tell me specifically. I'm curious. The dude literally has no idea what he is talking about ever. Wrong. I'm the only guy here, other than the other people on the left in the chat, that knows what I'm talking about. You guys are the most misinformed, uninformed dummies on planet Earth. That's why you vote for the world's most well-known con man. You know what I mean? Literally nothing in those files can be trusted as fact. So none of it matters. Hold on. I am not having a good day with this computer, guys. I swear to God. All right. I'm going to snap in a second if you can't tell. Oh. Anyway, the guy said, literally none of the things in those files can be trusted, so literally none of it matters. That is not true. I'll tell you why. You guys for years insisted, as a matter of fact, that there was a cabal of Democrat pedos that were running a pedo ring from the basement of a pizza parlor in D.C. Remember that? You guys trusted that 100% with no proof to back it up whatsoever, and nobody could tell you different. You probably still believe it. But now that it's something about Trump, and by the way, Ashley Biden said showers that were probably not appropriate. You have Biden already convicted as a pedophile in your mind. You don't need proof for anything that fits your narrative. But if it doesn't fit your narrative, there better be rock solid proof, multiple eyewitnesses, all types of physical evidence. You even want circumstantial evidence thrown in there. You want everything. You want all the proof. And then even after you see all the proof, you'll say, nope, it's not true. I don't believe it. Trump's my guy. So it doesn't matter to you because you're most likely a pedophile. And if you're not, you're at least a supporter of one. So the people that actually are against pedo stuff and those men, those scumbags that commit those crimes, we care about the shit. And we do. We take everything to account. What am I making up? We take everything into account, everything. Like, all the things he's done in his past, all the SA allegations, the rape allegations, the fucking talking about fucking his own daughter, wanting to fuck her, whatever, looking at the 10-year-old girl and saying, I'll be dating her in 10 years. The fact that he cheated on all his wives. He was found civilly liable for graping E.G. and Carol. We take all that into account, and then we see these accusations and say, does this sound like something Donald Trump would do? And our conclusion, of course, is yes, without a doubt. You're so dumb. Trump is not all over the Epstein files. You're a real sicko. How many times is he mentioned in the Epstein files, Gracie? Could you tell me? This guy is I'm just letting I'm letting all that rack up. I'm just going to let people keep saying Trump's not in the Epstein files. And then I'm going to read you all the stuff about Trump from the Epstein files. Bro, stop babbling. What did the Epstein files say about him? What did he do? I'm going to tell you in a minute when I'm fucking ready. And if you don't like it, misfit, leave. Who gives a shit about you? I don't care if you choke to fucking death. Bye. Fucking dickhead. But you were cool with Clinton, right? Fucking meatball. Well, what did Clinton do? What do you mean I was cool with Clinton? Because again, that's something you're just assuming about me. But what am I cool with? What did Clinton do? There are no accusations, anything even close to what Trump's been accused of when it comes to Bill Clinton. Nothing. Not a single one. Except for he is included in some of these accusations as being there with Donald Trump. I know it is, bro. I know. Oh, God. What did Trump do? I'm going to read it to you in a minute. Please read everything Trump has done in the Epstein files. All right. I'm going to start with this. Now, guys, do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe. Very important. I got to get a lot of subs, a lot of likes today, and a lot of money. So please, Miss Can't Be Wrong, my buddy, put my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal in the chat. And if you guys could send super chats, you get your comment read, because obviously I can't read them all. That would be awesome, too. All right. Let's start with this one. Now they'll just say, guys, that this isn't true. It can't be verified. There's no proof to it. It doesn't matter. They'll say, so in other words, they moved the goalpost. This whole show, they've been saying he's not even in the files. Now I'm going to read them the stuff that's in the files, and they're going to say, okay, well, he's in the files, but it don't matter because there's no proof or there's no this or no that. So you can't win either way. But I'm reading this more for the smart people than for the dummies. Complaint summary. Redacted reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred. And the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing oral sex. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend said she was also abused by Epstein. So that's one. Where's your comment, Juan? Are you even in here? I thought you said you were blocked. I don't see you, Juan. I don't see you, brother, and I haven't had time to unblock you yet. I don't know where you are. Is Juan Colon in the chat? All unverified reports that were looked into. Oh, okay. So now you say he's in the files, even though a minute ago he wasn't in the files. Now he's in the files, but they're unverified. Unverified means nothing. If you saw me murder somebody 20 fucking years ago and you call into the feds, you might very well be telling the truth. You might have seen me murder somebody. You say, hey, I saw this guy kill somebody 20 years ago. Well, what proof do you have? Well, I don't have any proof, but I'm an eyewitness. Unverified. Doesn't mean I didn't commit the crime. You understand? That's all it means, is that the accusations were made, but they didn't find evidence of it, which what evidence are they supposed to find? These crimes, like this one I just read, is 35 years ago. What do you think there is? A garment of clothing with some jizz on it? Who knows? Other than that, what? How do you find evidence into sexual assault? That's why a lot of people get convicted on that due to the victim's testimony and witness testimony and stuff like that. Because sometimes you got to take people's word for it. Also, the people that said this was unverified are the same people that work for Donald Trump and do exactly what he tells them to do. So forgive me if I don't take their fucking word for it. It's just like when the cops kill an unarmed black guy, then they investigate themselves and find no wrongdoing. Okay. All right, now let me give you more. That was the least of it, I guess you could say. All right. All right. Complainant reported her neighbor sought modeling gigs at the Trump modeling agency in New York City between the years of 1998 and 2000. Complainant reported neighbor allegedly went on cruises set up by a recruiter or the head of the agency, and once showed complainant a photo of the recruiter whom complainant recalled looked like Epstein. Complainant reported neighbor was allegedly raped several times during this time period. Caller provided information to reference prior civil case from 13 years ago that involved Trump and mentioned Jeffrey Epstein with a minor. Complainant followed up after a call with NYPD this is written all fucked up. After a call with an NYPD officer regarding her previous tip, reporting that she was forced to perform sex acts when she was 13 years old and pregnant in 1984. Complainant also reported there were high-profile individuals involved in her sex trafficking and the murder and disposal of her newborn daughter. Complainant reported Donald Trump participated regularly in paying money to force her to perform oral sex acts with him, and alleged Trump was present when her uncle murdered her newborn child. Caller was taken by boat to Epstein's Island. Caller said it was complicated and involved Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Caller became a school counselor and had a meeting with the school principal, Linda Kitts, and a police officer, where the caller was informed that there were pictures of herself with Epstein. Caller reported the school was mad at her for not being a Trump person and that the school wanted her to testify to say things about Andrew Cuomo. About Andrew Cuomo. The FBI and Donald Trump were on the phone during the meeting. Caller believes FBI has baby pictures with Epstein. So that's some more. I'll give you more in a minute. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Because why not? If you're on the good guys' side, subscribe to my channel. You won't regret it, I promise. No, that's not true. When you're president of the United States, it has to be verified for it to be true, plain and simple. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If the president of the United States gets accused of a crime, let's say there's a court process, he gets prosecuted, it's the same as anybody else. What do you mean? It's no difference whether it's the president or not. The fuck? Now, if there's something in there that says Clinton did something, you'll be like, oh, yeah, he did it. Yep, no doubt he did it. But there's no proof. It's unverified. I don't care. He did it. How do you know? I just know he did it. You're so full of shit, all of you. All right. Let me get down here. Juan keeps cash apping me $1. I'm posting it now again. All right. Let me go try to find you, Juan. 763 people. Guys, don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe. This is the best you got. This is all hearsay, no hard proof, just people saying shit. Anyone can say anything, especially when you are that polarizing. This is a victim. It's a victim. So who better to say shit than a victim? Just out of curiosity. You know, like Ashley Biden said showers that were not appropriate, and you guys see pedo as a definite, or Biden as a definite pedo. You know what I mean? No matter what she said later about not, Her father never doing anything like that to her. You believe he's a pedo because of her. You don't need any further proof. You don't need any verified claims. And it's all hearsay. It's just coming from her and a diary that was, changed hands. I don't know how many times before it got to Gawker, but you believe it 100%. But this is Trump. You don't want to believe it. So you just don't believe it. You see how that works with you guys? They were not all made before the election. That's not true. Let me see. There's plenty of proof Clinton was on island and zero proof Trump was on island. Wrong. There's zero proof either of them were on the island, not Trump or Clinton. There just is none. There's no proof Clinton was on the island. There's not even any accusations. One girl said it and it was found out to be bullshit or whatever. And that's it. Trump was on the flight logs. Clinton was on the flight logs. And as far as we know, neither of them went to the island. But you also don't have to go to the island to be a pedo because some of these accusations take place in Trump Tower and places like that, Mar-a-Lago. Believe me, there's a lot fucking more. Jersey Girl, $4.99. Please smash the like and subscribe. Thank you, Jersey Girl, and I very much appreciate that Zelle. I'm sorry I didn't catch it on the last one, but you were awesome. That brightened up my day. Thank you. Now he's backtracked. No, I'm not. I never said Trump was on the island. There's no proof. I've been saying it for months on here. There's no proof Trump was on the island, and there's no proof Clinton was on the island. It's just a fact, guys. What do you want me to say? You just want to believe it about Trump and not Clinton, I assume? Yeah, I bet. Steffelson, $4.99. Anyone in here trying to do damage control for Trump and Epstein are anti-American traitors. Oh, and they're pedos, too. No doubt about it. What do you do exactly? Well, I'll give you three guesses. I'm either a YouTuber, or I'm a YouTuber. Now, based on what you're seeing in front of you, what would you, which one would you guess I am? You think there's any chance, since you're watching me on YouTube and I'm getting paid to be here, that I might be a YouTuber? It's out of curiosity. Guys like you just make me want to, guys like you make me want to just puke. Well said. But pedos, no problem with them. The guys that expose pedos, they make you want to puke. You're probably a pedo. Unemployed. No. I've been doing this for 4.5 years. I guarantee you I make more money than you do. And I pay taxes every year. It's a job. It's a business. I get 1099s from all the payment apps and from Google AdSense. And I got to file my taxes like I just did a few days ago. Guys, there's over 600 people in the chat, only 75 likes. Please hit the like. Oh, how do you guys? Come on, man. Hit the like button, guys. If you're on the good guys' side, what the fuck? That's pathetic. I don't know. Juan, I think there's just too many comments, brother. I don't know how to find you. I don't see you. I don't see you, bro. I got to get to the rest of this. Don't worry about Cash App and me. I can't see you. That's just the way it is. I'm going to move on to some more of this. Okay. Caller was taken. Wait, is that the one I just read? Yeah. Caller reported that in 1987, a friend, victim one, was out drinking and ended up at Trump Plaza. Victim one saw Donald Trump and wanted to meet him. An unknown man approached her and offered to introduce her to Trump. The unknown man gave victim one a drink, and victim one woke up naked and sore with $300 on the bed. It's funny because Stormy Daniels said that, after she was done having sex with Trump, he threw money on the bed. Victim one didn't remember how she got to the room. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Oh, that's it. She remembered seeing a flash of Trump's face. Victim one called the caller and told her she thought she had been raped. Victim one did not go to the hospital to have a rape kit performed because she didn't think that anyone would believe her, especially because she was drunk. Victim one's husband's business had also started. Oh man, this shit is so small. Victim one's. I can't even find it. This is what I'm trying to read, just so you know why it's kind of a problem. Victim one's husband's business had problems with suppliers, and victim one believed Trump was behind it. Victim one had a fight with her lawyer boyfriend and went to a bar. Victim one left the bar with a man who no one in the bar recognized, but who seemed familiar with victim one. Victim one was never seen again. A few years ago, remains were discovered that matched the description of what victim one was wearing when she went missing. DNA tests at the time were inconclusive. You want more? All right. In 2004, 2005, Sir Ivan Wiltzig hosted a party where Jeffrey Epstein, Sammy Sosa, and Donald Trump were in attendance. Patti LaBelle's PR agent stood at the door. At the party, caller met an individual who was approximately 18 to 23 years of age, who was brought from Oklahoma for a modeling job, but then sold to a man. What is that the link for? But then sold to a man in France. Several women were being auctioned, and a woman, possibly known as Colette, was the madam. A couple of years later, callers saw Colette at the Cheetah Club in New York, New York, and she told one of her friends that Jamie Foxx was interested in spending a night with her. And that he could pay a lot of money. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called, now this part's very important. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called the Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein, Juan, you're fucking destroying my show. Juan, shut the fuck up. Do me a favor. Jesus Christ. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in and Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's vulva and vaginas by entering a finger and rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men and included Elon Musk, Don Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump were there. Attorney Alan Dershowitz was also there with attorney Bob Shapiro. We were taken in rooms, forced to give oral sex to Donald Trump, forced to allow them to penetrate us. I was 13 years old when Donald Trump raped me. Ghislaine Maxwell was also present. But let me guess, nothing there either, guys. You're like, nope. No, nothing fishy there. If Biden was accused of that same thing, I'm sure you wouldn't believe it at all. Right. 912 people, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important. MAGA hates when you hit the like button. So do it just as a big fuck you to them, please. Who's a failed mob journalist? Me? I was never a mob journalist. What the fuck does that mean? Failed. Yeah, I've made probably $500,000 off of talking about the mafia for 4 years. Yeah, I'm failed at it. No channels on MobTube's ever been as big as mine was. But yeah, I'm failed at it. It's all right. It's all right. Just Juan is a pain in my balls. Juan just needs to hold the fuck on. Juan, I love you, bro, but you're no more important than anybody else in the chat. Just chill the fuck out. Stormy said Trump's dick was very lacking in manhood. Yes, she did. Read the part where it says that's false. There is no part that says that's false. All that happened is the DOJ came out and said these claims were unverified or false. And that's Todd Blanche, Trump's ex-defense attorney, who has been helping cover up for Trump for months and months and months now. So I would never take his word for it, you know? Would you have taken, I don't know, Merrick Garland's word that Biden was innocent of something like this? Of course not. Show us what you read. Are you saying you don't believe I read it? There you go. It's straight out of the Epstein files. Fucking dipshits. Think I made it up. Oh my God. All right. What else? All right. Let me see. Let me get to this. At age 16, when modeling, Caller attended 8 parties at Epstein's New York residence. On one occasion, Caller reported she was sexually assaulted by Epstein. On another occasion, 2 twin brothers, Alan and Orrin, lured Caller and her friend upstairs, but they escaped back downstairs. Caller stated Orrin raped her best friend, and a third brother, Tal, raped a 14-year-old girl named Katie. Caller named other individuals involved in big party orgies with her other young girls, with her other young girls and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Online complaint reported she was a victim and witness to a sex trafficking ring at the Trump golf course in Rancho Palos Verdes, California, between 1995 and 1996. Complainant reported Ghislaine Maxwell as the madam and broker for sex parties, clients of whom included Epstein, Robin Leach, and Donald Trump. Complainant reported participating in orgies and that some girls went missing, rumored to have been murdered and buried at the facility. Complainant reported being threatened by Trump's then head of security that if she ever talked about what went on there or who she saw, she would end up as fertilizer for the back nine holes like the other cunts. That's a quote, like the other cunts. Complainant claims to have a video of high profile sex parties, dealings with cartels, and having witnessed Robin Leach strangle a young girl to death at a party. All right, Juan. I know. Just chill. I'm just trying to get through this. If you don't see, I have a chat full of fucktards here. I have to deal with. You're a good dude, man. I'll get to it. I promise. All right. Now let me see. Oh, okay. There's more. Complainant reported his ex-girlfriend's daughters were victims of Epstein, and one was murdered while working as a limousine driver. Complainant recalled picking up Donald Trump in 1985 to take him to Dallas Fort Worth Airport. During that ride, complainant recalled some of the things Trump spoke about on his cell phone were very concerning and described being a few seconds from pulling the limousine over on the median, and within a few seconds of pulling him out of the car and hurting him due to some of the things he was saying. Complainant noted Trump repeatedly stated the name Jeffrey while on the phone. One of complainant's ex-girlfriend's daughters told complainant Trump raped her, as did Epstein. Caller is talking about crimes committed against her. She claims to be a prisoner. She references Lisa Marie Presley, the British royal family. So there's some more. But yeah, you're right. He's not all over the files. Definitely not. I don't like either side, but I'm sorry. Which side is more filled with hate? Oh, I know the side who cheered for Kirk's death. No. Not at all. Let me explain something to you about MAGA and liberals. Liberals hate people who hate people. That's about it. Okay. Like, I'm not a liberal myself. I am on the left. I know this. I hate you, MAGA. That's it. I don't hate gay people. I don't hate trans people. I don't hate black people, Mexican people, Muslim people, Jewish people. Everybody's the same to me. Nobody bothers me. I live my life. I'm not bothered by any of these things. I don't walk around with trans people on my mind 24 hours a day like you guys do because you're all closeted. I'm a straight man. Trans people never cross my mind. Okay. And that's all you guys talk about is trans people and Mexicans. When I say, what's your favorite Trump policy? You don't know any. So you say men and women's sports and deportations. That's all you know about. You guys hate Mexicans. You hate black people. You hate the entire LGBTQ community. You hate disabled people. You hate poor people. You hate single mothers. You hate women in general. You don't want them to have the right to vote. You hate everybody. Your entire platform is built on hatred. Everything about MAGA is hatred, hatred, hatred. You look at the chat, you'll see what the people are saying in here. Oh, you hate liberals too, of course, because you blame them for all your problems because not one of you takes responsibility for any of your bullshit in life, just like Trump doesn't. Trump always claims to be the biggest victim in the world, even though he's literally the most privileged man of all time since the day he was fucking born, okay? So that's who you guys are. We don't hate people like that. Charlie Kirk's death, I don't know many people that cheered for it. I watch liberal podcasters all day. All of them, I think they actually went too far gushing over him and how horrible it is and all that. I would have at the very least said nothing because I think Charlie Kirk was pure evil. I don't give a fuck that he died. Do I celebrate it? Not really. Do I think the world is better off without him? Yes, I can guarantee it. The guy said if his daughter was raped and got pregnant, he would force her to have her rapist baby at 10 years old, by the way, at 10 years old. Okay. He's a bad guy. But as far as cheering for death, I mean, I don't know. I remember Donald Trump Jr. Posting his Halloween costume as underwear with a hammer, like, you know, when Paul Pelosi got beat with a hammer in Nancy Pelosi's house. And you guys fucking loved that. I remember when Charlie Kirk was saying live on TV that or the internet, I'm sorry, that everybody should put their money together and bail out the guy who beat Paul Pelosi half to death. You know, I remember that from your side. I don't remember any of you grieving over or even saying anything nice after Melissa Hortman and her husband were killed. You guys thought that was hilarious, and that was one of you too. That was MAGA that did that. You guys thought that was funny too. Joe Biden got cancer. You thought that was hilarious. You're the most evil people on the fucking planet. Now you're making jokes about Renee Good and Alex Preddy getting shot. You make jokes in the chats all the time. And you laugh about that. You think it's great. Don't tell me you don't, because I do these shows every day and I have thousands upon thousands of you who think it's flat out hilarious. So don't tell me about hate, okay? Don't tell me about hate. Charlie Kirk was a man full of hatred, an angry, lying, cocksucking scumbag of an individual. And he knew that if he wanted to be an antagonizer and run around pissing people off all the time, that he might get killed. He said it himself. So he took the chance, and that's what happened. What do you want us to do? Cry for him? No. His fucking own wife is running around with pyrotechnics and jumping through fireworks and celebrating. And 11 days after Charlie Kirk was killed, she's on the phone talking as excited as could be with a huge smile on her face about how we had 200,000 in merch sales already. His own wife didn't care about him, but you want me to? Fuck off. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, Nicholas. Here's what I mean. And now, if I prove to you that he said it, you're going to move the goalpost, because now you say he didn't say it. If I prove to you that he said it, you're going to say, well, but that's okay because, you know, pro-life or something. He said, he was asked, if your 10-year-old daughter was raped, would you force her to have the baby? And he said, yes, I would. So there you go. Tell him, bud. Thanks, Kramer. Yeah, there's no teaching them anyway. I'm here more so to talk to you guys, the ones with fucking brains. Watch your language. Fuck you, Dominic. Who the fuck are you to tell me to do anything, bitch? Dominic, fucking blow me. You should get a tattoo of a line drawn the center of your bald ass head. Okay, why? Or a line down my? Why would I do that again? Okay. Where's the proof? Where's the proof of what? What are you looking for proof of? Go ahead and tell me. You're a Democrat, hate-filled jerk. Am I? I'm not. Listen, I told you that the only people I hate in this country are really pedophiles. And I see you guys, MAGA, as being pedos because the hardcore base of MAGA, you guys defend pedos. You're doing it today. You know Donald Trump is a pedo and you're defending him. So you might as well be one yourselves. And I hate what you guys did to this country because, yeah, Trump is the problem, but you're the ones that caused it. If it wasn't for you, there would be no Trump. You know, so all this horrible shit that's being done to you, by the way, because you guys are so stupid, you don't even fucking realize that his horrible policies are disproportionately affecting your stupid fucking states. You know, you guys just cheer for this fucking dope. You're too dumb to realize what he's doing to you, except you put him in a position to do it to all of us, not just you. You know? Hold on one second. All right, guys, please hit the like and subscribe. There's still 430 people. Dude, are you okay? You're worrying me. I'm great. Why? You okay? Triggered MAGA coping. Yeah. Wow, what a dipshit. All right, Trump is dying, defamation suit ready to go. Yeah, you can't, who's gonna sue me? Who? The only person I mentioned by name is Donald Trump, and I'm allowed to have an opinion. He's a public figure. It's damn near impossible to prove defamation. And there's too much evidence saying that he's a pedo. Thanks, Juan. You know, for me to ever lose a case like that. And Donald Trump isn't worried about suing me, believe me. Referring to his young daughter, 10-year-old, referring to his 10-year. All right, I forget. I give up. Referring to his young daughter in the context, 10-year-old daughter were raped and became pregnant, the baby would deliver, meaning he would oppose. This is what he said. But he did state in public debate that if his hypothetical or referring to his young daughter in the context, 10-year-old daughter were raped and became pregnant, the baby would be delivered, meaning he would oppose abortion and expect the pregnancy to be carried to term. Yeah, Charlie Kirk said that. Yeah. So And this is why, because of a stupid children's book you dummies read and actually believe is true. Unemployment was higher last year than it has been since 2021. I believe it still is, isn't it? Biden got it down to 3.4%, a 54-year low. And Trump has got it up to, I think it's 4.4 now. It was 4.6%. Yeah, the job market is horrible. I mean, the jobs market that he's lost jobs most of these months. You know, he's been in office for his second term. He lost 110,000 jobs in October. Utilities are up, groceries are up, everything but gas and eggs. Rents are up, mortgages are up, everything. But they think he's doing a great job. They do, because they don't know anything. You got to understand, when you don't know anything, like I've been in situations where I don't know shit about a subject and people are talking about it. And then, I'll soak up some of that information. And then maybe later in a conversation, I'll repeat it to sound like I know what I'm talking about, when in reality, this is just something I heard from somebody who did know what they were talking about, or from somebody who didn't, regardless. Right. That's what they do. They don't read, they don't research, they're not, I don't even think they're capable of learning. They don't listen, they don't watch, they don't do anything. And they certainly don't fact check anything they do listen to, watch, or read, if they read anything. So they hear what Trump says, they hear what other maggots say, they literally repeat information they get from Facebook memes, and they just expect it to be true because they heard it from some source that they trust. They don't actually know anything. You know what I mean? What was my point in that? There was a point I was saying that I don't even remember, but I think just that's why they repeat things like Donald Trump tells them what a great economy it is. They just repeat it. They don't actually know anything about the economy. They don't know anything that's going on, but they repeat it because that's what they do. They repeat Donald Trump. That's it. That's why they're always wrong. Making a 10-year-old carry a baby to term is absolutely disgusting. Yeah, it is. It is. Charlie Kirk was right about everything. Well, you don't know how to spell his name, and no, he wasn't. Biden had it at 9%. That's not unemployment, fucktard. That's inflation. And Biden didn't have it at 9%. COVID had it at 9%. Every single nation in the world experienced a massive inflation after COVID. Every nation. And we had the lowest. It was 9%. And then Biden brought it down to 2.7%. And now it's, I believe it's that right now under Trump, 2.7%. I think he actually had it down to 2.4, Biden. Okay. So that's, whether Trump won the 2020 election, or no matter who would have been president, they would have had to deal with the same inflation. It had nothing to do. And that's why you can't tell me what Biden did to create inflation, because he didn't do anything to create inflation. So it's just the way it works. It was inevitable. It was inevitable inflation. It was going to happen no matter who was in office. You're full of crap. YOUR. Sure I am. Let me see. Trump hurts Trump's uneducated minions. He does. Well, look at their states, dumbest states in the country, poorest states in the country, and they keep voting for Republicans every fucking time. And things never get better, and they still vote for Republicans. They'll tell you all day about, oh my God, look what happens when you vote for Democrats. Look at the crime in all these blue cities. And they'll totally forget to mention, not really, they just don't know, that Republican states are the least educated states. They're the worst in healthcare, and they're the poorest, and they have the highest rates of violent crime, but they keep voting Republican and things never change, and they wonder why. They blame Democrats because things never change. We didn't have the lowest inflation globally. Africa, Australia, some EU is at 2.5% inflation. I didn't say lowest as in that. I said when we all experienced global inflation, we had the low. 9% was the lowest. Do you understand? All the countries had a higher percentage of inflation. You know what I mean? A higher rate of inflation. That's what I meant. I don't know. Let me see. Who wants to call in? Somebody want to call in? All right. 410-941-9850. What was that? Another $1 for Black Juan. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. Let me unblock Juan before he loses his fucking mind. No, it says hide user from my channel, Juan. Look, it says hide user from my channel, which means you are not blocked. That's your channel. Look, see, it says Juan Cologne up there. Hide user from my channel, so you're not blocked. Otherwise, it would say unhide user from my channel. Anybody gonna call, or are you guys just gonna say this again, guys? I'll debate you. I'll debate you, and then I give you the number and you pussy out. 410-941-9850. Hurry the fuck up. Why was Obama deportation okay? Trump's not. Obama was not using ICE the way Trump is. There was not people getting shot in the face, unarmed people in broad daylight. There was not ICE agents out knocking down old ladies and arresting them. There wasn't ICE pepper spraying children. There wasn't ICE doing the things they're doing. And also, of all the people that were deported under Biden, 92% of them were criminals. And under Trump, 5% of them are criminals. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, man.
What's up?
I was just wondering, as far as the evidence with Trump, like, does it matter that none of it's verified or anything? Like, just hypothetically, could I call into your local police department, anonymously say that you're doing bad things, and then release that report, and then just use that to accuse you of being, a bad person or doing the bad things?
Yeah, and it's
like, is that fair?
Yeah, and it's up to. It's not about being fair. Life isn't fair. That's how children think.
Okay, well, logical. Fuck fair. Logical.
Okay, so no, logically, there's no reason you would call in and say that. Okay, do you understand?
Why not? Well, wait. Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
You're bugging me, and you're just a streamer I came across for a second.
Yeah.
Trump. You don't think people don't like Trump?
I know that, like, Trump has.
You're a streamer.
Trump has been. Trump has been accused.
Like you, right?
Bro, Trump has been accused of sexual assault 28 times since the 1970s, not since he ran for president.
Right. And here's my question:
okay.
When has he been convicted, other than a civil court that did not actually prove rape or anything?
So the one
in criminal court,
it did prove convicted? Rape. The judge said it's equal to being found guilty of rape in a criminal court. So one time isn't enough.
Wait, hang on. A civil court judge can't just say, "Well, it's just the same as criminal court."
Yes, he can, and he did. How it works. He did. That's exactly what happened.
So Trump is criminally charged as a rapist. That's what you're going with.
No. He said being found civilly liable is the same as being found guilty in a criminal court.
Does it require the same burden of proof in civil court as criminal court?
No, I believe it's different.
Oh, very different. And you don't know that because
yes, I do.
Know the legal system.
That's why I just said yes. It's a little different because I do know that.
Well, you just said the judge.
The judge did say that. The judge did say that. So you want me to explain to you why the judge said it?
Do you agree? Do you agree with?
Does it change the fact that the judge said it?
It doesn't change the fact the judge said it. Okay. Why do you agree with the judge when you just said it is totally different burdens of proof? Why would you agree with the judge?
Because burdens of proof don't mean anything. It means it's more difficult. It means it's more difficult to convict somebody in a criminal court than to find them legally liable in a civil court.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. He was found liable with Eugene Carroll not remembering the year, let alone
that's not true.
The store.
That's not true.
No, it's true. It is true. If you look it up, she changed the date. She changed the year.
She didn't change the year.
Yeah, there's a reason it went to civil court.
But here's the thing: in civil court, in front of a jury, in front of a jury, in front of a jury, okay, of his peers, by the way, his lawyer helped.
Oh, wait! Of his peers in New York.
Yes.
Democrat New York with the AG that changed. See, this is the stuff you don't know. They changed the statute of limitations.
No, I do know that, and they didn't change it. I do know that, and they didn't change it.
I mean, that's I say he did. You say he didn't. That's fine. But
but you're wrong, and I'm right. Because let me explain something to you. When there was COVID, courts were closing down. Courts were backlogged as a motherfucker. They're still backlogged from COVID. Okay, they're still backlogged. So,
sorry, I'm trying to follow you. I'm trying to follow you. Backlogged how? Sorry.
They're backlogged. They're still catching up from as far as they got behind because of COVID. I was involved in a criminal case 2 years ago. I was the victim in a criminal case, and the fucking prosecutor told me they're letting bullshit cases go because they have bigger stuff to deal with. They're still backlogged from COVID. Okay. So
Yeah.
so in a lot of states, not just in New York. And by the way, let me just school you on something. It's not about when a crime takes place or a lawsuit takes place because something happened in New York, it's tried in New York. Okay. You don't get to change the venue based on the voter demographic. Okay. So it's tried in New York.
No, look, I totally
Now,
agree.
Donald Trump.
I agree. I'm not fighting you on that. But
Okay. In a civil case, I'm not done. In a civil case or a criminal case, does Donald Trump's attorney have as much a say in who sits on the jury as the prosecutor or the, whoever's defending the
well, they get a certain amount of say, just like the prosecutor. I don't know if you know how that works, but you don't get an unlimited number of jurors to just go through until only the defendant is happy. That's
neither does the prosecutor. Neither does the prosecutor. It's the same amount of say.
And so here's the question: in New York, New York, do you think more Democrats showed up or Republicans in the jury pool? If you're a Republican and you have more Democrat jurors show up than Republican jurers, you're in trouble.
How do you know they did?
You understand? Because you can't.
How do you know they did?
Because you're in New York. We can move.
Do you know how many millions and millions of people voted for Trump?
Do you think it was all?
Do you know how many millions of people voted for Trump from New York City?
Compared to how many millions didn't? Like, that's what matters, right?
Do you know the number? Do you know the numbers?
I know that it's far fewer than who voted for Trump.
How do you know? How do you know if you don't know the numbers?
Because I know he didn't win New York.
But you don't know how many people showed up to be on that jury. How many people were called in to be on that jury?
No.
So you don't know if there was more Democrats than Republicans, right?
I can't prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And you're big on proof, man. You're big on proof. So if you can't prove it, don't make the claim.
No,
and if Trump doesn't like those odds, he should stop raping people in New York and start doing it in Oklahoma or some shit.
Well, see, so there it is, though. So you don't mind he's getting raped in New York, though, because you don't like the guy. It's not fair, but hey, maybe he should stop being a bad guy. You don't like him. It's unfair, but it hurts him, so that's cool.
No.
You like what I'm saying, guys. Uncommon sense. Give me a sub, please. I'd love to talk.
You're not common sense. There's a guy here named Bro. Why are you gonna hang up? Because you're getting beat?
I'm not hanging up. I'm just trying to get a shout out, man. I got 60 subs. I'm a nobody right now, but
you don't have common sense, and your name isn't common sense. We got a guy named Common Sense here, and I beat him in these debates too.
Uncommon sense.
Uncommon. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, you definitely have uncommon sense.
It's kind of ironic you're not getting that. It's funny you think that's an insult.
Well, yeah, it's funny that you don't.
Good one. Yeah. You cooked me. See, this bad face stuff isn't good for your channel.
What?
Be nice.
What isn't?
All this bad face, trying to cook me about my name doesn't help.
Okay, so when I start a show and I'm just talking, and the chat fills with people calling me a libtard and saying my mother's a whore and making assumptions about my wife, calling me every name in the book, I should be nice. So in other words, different rules for you than for me, right?
Nope. I have the same rules.
So am I in my right to fight back however I choose to?
Are you in your right?
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Okay,
You're in your right. Is it beneficial? Is it good for you? Is it good for other people? Is it helping you? Is it making you feel better?
Yes.
Yes. Look, hey, man, I'm a nobody. I don't even know if you're married. If I could say anything about your wife, shouldn't give a. Why do you care? I don't know you, man.
Well, there's certain people in this world that don't allow others to just disrespect their wives without coming back at them.
Okay, sure. And you're the Billy Badass that's going to put everyone in their place. I'm telling you, people don't like it. That's why your chat is so filled with hate towards you. You see,
no. It's because the people that are more hyper obsessed with this shit are the Trump supporters.
Yes or no?
You go to any liberal channel and you're going to find more MAGA people because that's just how it is.
Are all MAGA supporters pedos? Yes or no?
No, not all of them, but they're pedo sympathizers at the very least.
You said that 6 times.
I said you're as good as being pedos to me. Yes, you are. You are. As far as I'm concerned, you might as well be one.
Okay, so had that shit go down. Someone did that within my own, to my family.
Okay.
Not a big fan of it. I actually go ahead and volunteer with victims of that.
But you defend people who commit those crimes.
Could it be? No.
Yes, you're defending Donald Trump, who sexually assaulted E. Jean Carroll and was found civilly liable by a jury because Trump's your guy and you don't want him to be guilty of any of this.
No. I want everyone fried. And the second there's anything credible about Trump, I want him fried. The second there's anything credible about anybody.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Was there in that civil trial, was there witnesses that corroborated E.G. and Carol's story under oath, under the penalty of perjury? Were there people that said right after it happened, she called me and told me about it?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Okay, so they're all lying, right? But Donald Trump, the guy who we know to be a sexual deviant his entire life, he's the one you believe. Not the sweet old lady.
I don't believe any. No. Hey, here's what I'm telling you. No, I voted for him. So far, all of these files, everything is only unverified, anonymous sources. There's not one log of him visiting the island, not one picture, nothing. And please tell me, I mean, be honest with me here. If you're a Democrat or liberal, whatever, if the Democrats had these files for the last 8 years and they actually had anything on Trump, why wasn't that shit whipped out?
How did the Democrats have the files for the last 8 years?
Biden's had them.
That's 4 years.
And Obama was already investigating.
That's 4 years.
Already investigating.
That's 4 years.
And Obama was already investigating. Yeah, so Obama had it. So I'll give you 2 years of Obama. 2 years of Obama, 4 years of Biden. Hillary Clinton had to do.
Wait a minute. Are you forgetting somebody? Are you forgetting somebody?
I might be.
Who are you forgetting?
I'm in good faith here. You telling me. I'm not trying to be a dick.
Okay, so let me tell you how biased you are. You just said Obama had them, Biden had them.
Trump also had them. Oh, you're saying Trump.
Yeah.
Well, I was making the point that the Democrats were making, would have used it against Trump. So mentioning Trump had them would have been kind of.
Would Trump have used them against the Democrats? Why didn't Trump use them against the Democrats?
Because maybe, just maybe, Republicans do operate slightly differently, and we don't like getting into the mud and calling.
You're talking about Trump, the guy that just ordered his DOJ to indict his enemies, and then they got indicted. You're talking about the pettiest man on the planet who wants to sue Trevor Noah for picking on him at the Grammys. You're talking about the most petty man in the world, who is still going after Obama years later.
I don't care. I don't care who I am. If someone on stage is being paid to be on stage and they call me a pedophile or something else, I'm not. You better believe I'm suing them.
Wait a minute, aren't you the guys? Hold on. Let me. No. Hold on. I get to respond. It's my show. Don't talk over me. So let me ask you something. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you guys not the party of, oh my God, it's just comedy, let it go, cancel culture, stupid snowflake liberals? Weren't you the guys, it's just comedy? What the fuck, man? You're going to get all upset about comedy? Do you remember saying that for year after year after year when it was your guys making the jokes? Do you remember that?
I mean, you're making a very big leap between a real kind of non-joke about a guy being a pedo who isn't.
It was a joke. Trevor Noah is a comedian, and he made a joke.
Okay, that's fine. I'll give you then you weren't upset about what was it? At some convention, some guy made some trash comment about Puerto Rico, a comedian at Trump's rally. You weren't upset about that?
No, I think it was bad for Trump. I think it was dumb, but no.
Okay. Good. Hey, so I agree.
But you didn't a minute ago.
I just really wish you'd understand that, you're going to get assholes in the chat no matter what, but you're taking them and you're making that all of MAGA. And
well, that's because that's MAGA, even you listen. Let me tell you about something.
Even me, you barely know me. Ask me what I.
This is what I know. 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 You are on the phone and you said that somebody in your family was a victim of SA, right? Me too, by the way. Me too. Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. Now.
Same to you. Now you are, even though you said you'd like to see these people fry, there is an overwhelming amount of evidence that Trump is a pedo. Overwhelming. You'd have to be blind not to see it, huh?
Can I pause you there?
Yeah.
Just to you. So somehow to half the country and to you, it's overwhelming evidence, concrete.
Yeah.
To the other whole half of the country, everything's unverified, everything's anonymous, and we, until we see a picture, a flight log, something that would actually work in criminal court.
Okay, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. So let me ask you something. Hold on. Does that half of the country, you're describing, do they deny that Trump has ever done anything wrong?
No.
Yes, they do. Let me tell you about a poll I took in the chat one day. So one day in the chat. Okay, so they represent American people that vote for Trump, right? Okay, so one day I took a poll. I said, how many of you would stop supporting Trump if you found out that he was a pedophile. If it was proven in a court of law, video evidence, everything, that he was a pedophile, how many of you would stop supporting him? About 8% said they would stop supporting him. Then I asked them, how many of you would stop supporting him if he stopped deporting Mexicans? And about 30% said they would stop supporting him.
Oh, I would stop supporting, not Mexicans. That's a weird way to put that, man. But
well, that's what it is. That's the main concern. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. I mean, again, I think if you're going to take your chat, I mean, what is today? Today's the day of the week, right? I mean, I got a pain pump in my back and failing kidneys, so I should be at work, but I'm not. But who's in the chat right now, man? A bunch of unemployed losers, medically disabled.
How do you know that?
People who aren't at work.
Do people work other hours than day shift?
They do, but like a Tuesday stream at noon isn't exactly a heavy hitter. All right, so you're not getting the best of society here.
How do you know that? Who are you to say that? I worked on third shift for 8 fucking years. I ain't shit. So I ain't shit because I worked on third shift for 8 years. I ain't shit. I'm not as important as somebody who worked first shift.
I'm not saying that.
That's literally what you're saying. You're judging the people in the chat based on the fact that they're watching a live stream. Meanwhile, you're watching the same one and you're not at work. What the fuck is he talking about?
That's what I just said. You're getting unemployed and medically disabled and old people and not the best. Not medically disabled. I just told you that.
Not the best.
Turn that into some sort of own. That's kind of
it is. You make yourself sound retarded, bro. You do.
How?
Because,
I'm telling you that
because you're judging hundreds of fucking people that you don't know based on where they are at a certain time of day. It's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
You really don't understand how to deduce things, do you? Are more people going
to Yes, I do. You don't. You don't.
On a Tuesday at noon or a Friday night.
So, in other words, you can make that claim with no evidence, but you need evidence about Trump. You see what you do?
You're not.
Do you have evidence that the people in this chat are unemployed or disabled? Do you have evidence?
You've got to learn.
Do you have evidence that the people in this chat are unemployed or disabled? Do you have evidence of that?
I'm one.
Okay. So, yes. Do you have evidence?
I don't know. Hey, I mean, I can't watch it while I'm talking to you, but if anyone's in the chat and wants to help me out, just be honest. If you're unemployed or whatever, but
this guy just said, "I'll show my pay stubs." Nobody's. So, in other words, do you see what I'm getting at here? So. You'll tell me all day. No. You'll tell me all day. E.G. and Carol didn't get raped because the case was in New York. You'll tell me that Donald Trump isn't a pedo because there's no proof. But then you will say things as a matter of fact without proof, and you want everybody to take your word for it.
Listen, I could be wrong about who's watching your show right now. That's what I want. Okay, you got to be able to deduce things and know you could be wrong. Is it more reasonable to think more people are watching the stream on a Friday night or a Tuesday? You won't answer that question.
No, because I know there's all types of people that work all different hours. So how do you know I'm not assuming that, wow, the people watching right now, they're probably either on a break, they just got off work, or maybe they work third shift?
That's all possible. So right now, if you and I were in like some wild Vegas casino, you would take the bet that there are more people here fully employed, full-time, not disabled, not old, not retired right now. There are very few or none than a decent amount.
That's because we're in a casino where you need money to be there. So that's a different thing.
What?
That's because we'd be in a casino where you need money to be there.
You're not understanding.
I noticed you didn't use Walmart. You used the casino.
This is just like the New York thing when I said, are there more Democrats or Republicans showing up to be jurors? Most likely. And hey, there's a chance that fucking 12 Republicans
No. You don't know that, most likely. You don't even know the numbers. You don't even know the numbers. The thing about you is you're the same as everybody else. When it's your guy, he's innocent. We need all the proof in the world, rock solid evidence, pictures, videos when it's your guy. When it's something you claim, you don't need no evidence or anything to back it up because you believe it.
Tell me something I claim that, politically something's going on Trump. You're telling me what I'm claiming, and I haven't claimed anything. What am I responsible for? I think the Russian dossier was a hox. Like, tell me what I.
Of course you do.
Will accept about Obama.
Well,
here. I want to know what I claim. I want to know what I accept about Democrats that I won't with Republicans. So what am I accepting about Democrats? I guess
that has nothing to do with it. You've made several claims about the Democrats and Republicans in New York. You made claims about this chat, and you did it all with no proof or no numbers or anything to back it up.
the claim that there's more Democrats than Republicans in New York?
No, that's not the
that
argument. The
is unreasonable?
argument was you said there was more Democrats that showed up to be on that jury than Republicans, and
Most
you
likely.
can't possibly know that unless you researched it.
Most likely. Would you agree with that? Most likely it was more Democrats than Republicans showing up.
No, I don't know that.
Could have been 12 Republicans.
I don't know that.
12 Republicans. But
do you know how many
fucking
people? Do you know how many people in New York City support Trump?
You're not willing to. You can't have a discussion if you can't engage in any of it. Okay, are there more Republicans or Democrats in California?
Democrats in the state of California.
Okay,
but you're not talking about that. That's what you don't realize. You're talking about jury selection. Do you think people, hold on, do you think people in Buffalo were being summoned to court to be part of a jury in Manhattan?
Wait, what?
In other words, New York is a state. It's a whole state. You're talking about an area where people were picked from to possibly be on a jury. And you're assuming that you know the voter demographic in that area, which you probably don't.
In New York, I mean, I'm pretty likely to bet the voting demographic is, blue. But if you're not willing to go out there on a limb with me on that one, man, I don't know.
No. There's definitely New York is a blue state, but it doesn't mean that Democrats, is there a chance, let me ask you something, is there a chance that everybody that was summoned to court to possibly be on that jury was a Republican? Is it possible?
I literally been saying that. I actually said that 6 times, dude.
Okay, so in other words, you can't make the claim that it was, you can't make the claim that the case was bullshit because it was mostly Democrats on the jury, can you?
You can make a very reasonable assumption. And if you don't agree, that's fine. But if you're going to
so in other words, it's an assumption like when I look at the files and say, I assume Donald Trump is guilty. You do the exact same thing, right? Are we on that same page there?
I mean, sure. Assumption,
okay.
Absolute assumption.
Except here's the difference. I have tons of evidence to believe that Trump is a pedo.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
You can make assumptions, but proof and evidence are not the same as an assumption.
I have tons of evidence that Trump is a pedo.
I mean, I think something else would be more interesting to talk about if there's any other topic you're on fire about.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're beaten down in the argument, so you say, why are we arguing about this? So in other words, the leader of the free world possibly being a child rapist is not an important issue. We should be talking about football or some shit. Let's talk about Venezuelan fishing boats.
You just said possibly, and I'm with you with that. Hey, possibly, that is super important. Let's talk about it. Possibly. But you keep switching back and forth. You can't go from Trump is possibly a pedo to he's a pedo and all MAGA that support him are pedos.
No, you're pedo supporters, which you might as well be pedos.
Oh, okay, fine. But do you see the issue with going from he's possibly a pedo to he's a pedo?
I didn't say he's possibly a pedo. I believe in my heart he's a pedo, and I have every fucking right to.
I believe you. I believe you fully believe that.
Okay.
I'm not questioning your.
Have you seen everything I've seen?
Evidence. It's the.
Have you seen anything that would lead you to believe Trump? Like, in other words, we're going on assumption and stuff, right? So, okay. So let's take Obama. Okay. Let's take Obama and let's take Trump. If somebody were to tell you, and let's say you didn't know anything about either of them, but you found out they schooled you on their lives, their education, how they came up, what kind of family men they are. If they were to say which one of these guys do you think is a pedo, who would you say is most likely to be a pedo?
This is me being honest. You got to let me talk. Right now, I would say Trump.
Thank you.
And I'll make that make sense for you if you want.
No, go ahead. It's up to you, but I appreciate you being honest.
So I've got his comment about his daughter, creepy and weird. I could be just fucking myself over on the internet right now, and I hope I'm really not. Again,
that's numerous comments about his daughter. Numerous comments about his daughter.
No, I'm saying I found his comments about his daughter super creepy. All right. I mean, I'm a very proud, happy father. I don't share shit about my kids on the internet, I guess, but I can understand thinking your kid is beautiful or looks like you or whatever. But yeah, that's weird. That is a bit weird. Based on that one comment alone, it's more likely Trump than Obama. I still need proof or evidence before I go around telling people he is. I don't mind telling people he's creepy as hell. He shouldn't have been around, the beauty pageant thing. That's weird.
Okay, can I ask you some questions? Can you just give me a minute to ask you some questions? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
Donald Trump,
yeah.
Donald Trump, there's a video on YouTube from Entertainment Tonight, 1992. Donald Trump was in Trump Plaza, and they were interviewing him, and there was a bunch of little girls. Trump pointed at a 10-year-old girl in a pink jacket and said, "You see her? I'll be dating her in 10 years." What does that tell you about? Does that mean he was attracted to that little girl? If he said, "I'll be dating her," out of all the girls, that specific one, "I'll be dating her in 10 years," does that tell you he was attracted to a little girl?
So let me finish this answer, because again, I'm very involved in helping sexual abuse victims, and yeah, sorry, I can only share so much shit, but
go ahead. No, it's all right.
Actually, no, this is going to sound weird, but no, pedophiles have such a preference for age that he would have wanted her then. There wouldn't have been a in 10 years, in whatever.
What tells you he didn't want her then? So you expect that on Entertainment Tonight he would say, "Boy, I'd like to fuck that 10-year-old," or would he keep that inside and just because he can't control himself say, "Man, I'll be dating her in 10 years"? Is there a good chance that in his mind he did want to fuck her?
Sure. Okay. So again, I'm being honest. Yes, there's a chance. I don't know. That's and that's where you and I. That's why I believe you when you say you believe he's a pedo. That to me is awkwardly the kind of one of the strongest pieces of evidence he isn't. You could be right. He could have been keeping some inner thoughts to himself.
Wait a minute. How is that proof? How is that evidence he's not a pedo?
Well, again, just he would have had to keep some internal thoughts about wanting her right then.
Oh, of course. And isn't he going to do that? Is Trump under any circumstances going to say on Entertainment Tonight, "Boy, I'd like to fuck that little girl"?
Well, no, but what you're doing is taking a comment. But what you're doing is taking a comment, an awkward comment about a girl being, cute and growing up probably to be gorgeous, and you're taking that, and now he's a pedophile, and that you can't read his mind. That's the jump you're making. That
hey, let me ask you. Did you ever
Yeah.
look at a 10-year-old girl and say, "Man, I'd love to be dating her in 10 years"?
I know I've never, but let me follow this up.
You know why?
Have you ever?
Because you're not a pedophile.
I appreciate that. I'm not. Are you going to tell me though that you can't tell? This is going to sound weird. Again, you're going to tell me you can't tell ugly kids from cute kids. You're really going to tell me you can't tell? You dropped your kid off at high school. I don't know if you have.
Bro, when I am looking at a child, the last thing on my mind, even if I think, "Wow, what a beautiful kid," never would I think about dating her in 10 years. You're calculating all this stuff in your brain. Wow, you're attracted to her. And then, oh, how old is she? She's probably 10. Okay, maybe in 10 years. I mean, you have to be attracted to the little girl to say that. I've never looked at a 10-year-old. I've never looked at a child and said, "Man, I can't wait to date them when they're of age."
I agree. I haven't done the same thing. Again, I think Trump puts things in some freaking creepy ways. I agreed with you. He's more likely to be the pedophile, but I want you to be more intellectually honest. And you can't take in 10 years when this girl would be 22, you can't pretend you don't know what an ugly kid is versus a non-ugly kid. I mean,
two totally different things.
I had a conversation. Sorry, say it again?
Two totally different things. I think my daughter is beautiful. I've never said, "Wow, she's voluptuous, curvy, and attractive." And man, if she wasn't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. But Trump did about Ivanka.
Yeah, no, okay. Super weird. And I don't want to know if you have kids or whatever, but shit gets awkward when your kids get older, and I hope I never say anything awkward like that on live fucking TV. That is creepy as shit.
Or behind closed doors, or even in your mind.
If you gave, what I'm trying to say is you would strengthen your position about Trump being a pedo if you were more goodwill, more good-natured, and you didn't hang on to as much of the stuff that's tough. Like the 10-year-old, I'd like to date you in 10 years. Pedos are super preferential. They want a 12-year-old their whole life. It's always 12-year-olds. They'll never want anything different than a 12-year-old. That'll never change. That's also something I'm trying to look out for is, are there reports about different age?
It's not true.
I want to see if there's any reports about different age girls. If Trump was caught with an 11-year-old girl here and a 15-year-old girl here, that is fucking normal for a pedophile. That would be weird. Wow. If reports come out and he's with an 11-year-old here, an 11-year-old here, and an 11-year-old here, dude, I'm calling you back, and hey, you were right, man. Like, do you see what I'm saying, though? Like,
What you're saying is that Trump can't be a pedo because he likes to fuck young girls of between the ages of, say, 10 and 17.
Come on, man. Is that what I said?
Yes.
Is that what I said?
Yes. You said unless he's attracted to the same age girl all the time, he can't be a pedo. That's what you said.
Well, it's not can't. That is beyond, practically unheard of in the criminal. Yeah. Pedophiles are very age preferential, I don't know. I was going to say unfortunately, but being a pedo is unfucking fortunate. So.
Well, he's preferential. He likes them between the ages of 10 and 15, from what we've heard and read and seen. Yeah. Of course, he did talk about his daughter's titties when she was 4, so he might be into 4-year-olds too.
He would be like the first pedo that's into like 20 different age. Well, 20 doesn't work out.
No, he wouldn't.
16 different age ranges for kids.
No, he wouldn't.
It's possible.
It's not true that they're preferential and they want a certain age all the time. You think a pedo? Let me ask you something. I want you to be honest with me. You want to talk about being honest? So there's a guy who's a pedo. He's into children. Okay, you think that if he sees a child he sees as attractive, but his preference is 10-year-olds. You think if he sees a little girl who he's super attracted to, and then he finds out the girl turned 11 yesterday, he's like, well, then fuck that. I got to find a different one. She's too old.
Believe it or not, that actually is how it works. And we find discarded bodies of kids that are the wrong damn age.
Oh, you are so bad for America. Oh my God.
What? No, I'm trying to. No, man. Look, again, if Trump's a pedophile, I want to see him hung. I want to see every pedophile hung. You and I just disagree on, evidence, which is kind of concerning because, again, you're doing to Trump the same thing I could do to you if I call into your police department, make an anonymous tip, release the report, request the report.
No.
And then I can go to CBS and say, hey, this streamer here guy, there's 6 anonymous tips here about him liking this, and this.
No, because I'll tell you why. You want to know why? Let me tell you why. Say you call up the cops and you say, hey, this guy is a drug dealer. Okay. And you just make that claim. The cops are going to say, well, we have nothing to go on, right? But if you say he's a drug dealer, I have proof of it. I have pictures of him doing things that appear to be hand-to-hand drug exchanges, stuff like that. I happen to know for a fact, and I have proof that everybody in his friend circle is a drug dealer. I've seen the guy. The guy never worked. He never had a job in his life, but he's driving an $80,000 car. You see that? Then the cops would say, wait a minute. Now we have reason to believe he's a drug dealer. So you calling the cops and saying I'm a pedo means nothing because there's nothing else to go on. But when Trump, let me go over. Hold on. Let me just go over the things with you. I'm going to give you the list of shit. Hold on. Okay. So since the 1970s, Donald Trump was accused 28 times of sexual assault, credibly accused. In 1989, no, you got to let me finish the list. In 1989, he was accused in court filings of brutally raping his wife Ivana. In 1996, he was accused of brutally raping. Wait.
Started that first one again? What was the first one?
In 1989, he was accused of brutally raping Ivana Trump. She accused him in court filings.
The chick that's still with him?
No, he's Ivana Trump, Ivanka's mother.
I heard Ivanka. Sorry, I heard the wrong name.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Ivana Trump.
I was like, oh, gotcha. Keep going. Forgive me.
Yeah. Then he got accused of raping Katie Johnson when she was 13 with Jeffrey Epstein. And before I go on with the list, let me just remind you, there is rock solid evidence, undeniable proof, pictures, videos, everything that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were best friends during that time period. Okay. Then in 2000, Donald Trump said he's a great guy to be with. It's even said, talking about Epstein, it's even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. Okay, that's a comment. Then now we know he cheated on all his wives too, right? Every wife he's had publicly, he cheated on them. Okay, that would make you think he might be a sexual deviant. He paid off a porn star. He paid off a porn star to cover up an affair he had with her while his wife was at home with their newborn. Okay. Then he was found.
Can I say one thing before you continue?
Go ahead.
The trouble with this is half of it could be true. All of it could be true. We have no way of knowing. Hey, and the amount of evidence that stacks up here.
Okay. Hey, have you ever heard of anybody who's been accused of this much stuff?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? Have you met celebrity? Yes. Hollywood is.
Who? Okay, I thought so. Okay, now, was he found civilly liable for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll?
No, that wasn't a gotcha. So what do I share? Here, can I ask you this? If I concede, if I were to just say, you know what, Trump's probably a pedophile. I'm curious where you'd want to go from there, because I'm not gonna agree with what's been out, and I follow this. what's been out, you're not going to get me to agree he's a pedophile unless there's something new I haven't heard of.
There's nothing I could show you that would make you say that.
Sure.
If I showed you a video of him raping a 12-year-old girl, you'd say it's AI or it's photoshopped or in some way it's not enough proof.
No.
Yes,
Please don't. You don't know me. Please don't assume that. Dude, I admitted that Trump is more likely to be the pedo than Obama. I've been completely honest with you. Can we not? Let's have a good faith thing still here. It's going good. All right. But don't tell me what I would or wouldn't say, man. That's not it.
I'm basing it on what I've heard from you so far. The list of stuff I just gave you. Did you ever hear of where there's smoke, there's fire?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you know that court cases, even criminal cases, a lot are decided on? People are found guilty on less than rock solid evidence. It happens all the time.
Absolutely. I'm not sure it should happen. But
So this is the way the world works, right? We take a bunch of information into account and then we make a decision based on that information. Now, if my brother, who I love to death, Brian is his name, I love the guy. All right, very close. If you confronted me tomorrow with this same exact evidence that there is against Trump, against my brother, I would never speak to that motherfucker ever again. I would tell him, you're not my blood. We're not even related any fucking more. I would know in my heart the guy's a pedo.
I believe you because you believe Trump's a pedo. That makes sense. I believe you about what you believe.
Okay.
You're going to convince a lot more people though by not doing that. You know, the patronizing. You know, this is how the world works. But I've raised kids, man. I've run a business, and now I'm sick and dying. I know how the world works. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to be that way.
No, but the point I was proving is that it's not just bias. If it was my own best friend or brother and I saw this same shit that we've all seen on Trump, just as a thinking person, a critical thinker with common sense, I would say, you know, this guy's a pedo.
What you just did, just using critical thinking, just using common sense, you just called half your audience or more retards. And maybe you're doing the hate farming thing, and if that's what you're doing, and I'm fucking it up, I'm sorry if you're just it's the hate watch thing with MAGA people, but that is why you have people then talking about your wife in the chat.
No, because they do that long before that. They do that long before that. That's why I start doing the shit I do. And let me ask you something. Am I just making the assumption that they're retarded, or do I have proof of it? Like I give you an example. The red states in this country that voted for Trump are the least educated, poorest states in this country. That's a fact.
That's so least educated how? You mean college, right?
I mean standardized testing, high school diplomas, advanced college degrees. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So
Do
everything.
you want to let's talk about that? They seem happier than everyone here in LA. Those flyover states, those people are actually smiling and have a house that they can afford. But
retarded people are always happier than. I mean,
what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
It's like that.
If you're oblivious to what's going on in the world, if you're completely oblivious, like I'll give you an example. Children always seem happy too, right? You know why? Because they're innocent. They have no idea what's going on in the world. They don't know there's bad things. You're talking about a percentage of this country who gets all of their news media from the most lying ass network on planet Earth, and they literally just repeat things other hillbillies say. They have no real information. Of course they're happy. Everything they listen to tells them that they are smart and politically savvy.
And when you and Democrats listen to CNN, it's the same.
No, it's not. I don't listen to CNN.
Oh boy. Well, okay, no, good. Okay, you don't. Half the country that watches Fox are the same fuckers. Not literally, okay, but mentally. All right, the same people that are watching CNN. Okay.
There is no comparison. Listen, I'll be the first to say I don't watch CNN because of bias and stuff like that, but there is no comparison when it comes to misinformation. CNN does not spew 10% of the horse shit Fox News does. They lie to you blatantly.
Man, come on.
They don't. Give me examples.
Reach across the aisle with me. Reach across the aisle, man. Fox News is bullshit. CNN is bullshit. The Young Turks are bullshit. Even Crowder, I kind of like.
Yeah, but some of them aren't. Do you understand? What has CNN done that you can compare to Fox's? Like, I'll give you an example. Fox had to settle.
Hey, how about this? Help Charlie Kirk get killed by calling him a Nazi and a fascist for years on end.
That's just you saying that they did that. And again, I've never seen CNN call him a Nazi and a fascist. I think you're just making that up.
Okay.
But even if they did,
and if I could show you a video, would you
No,
your mind about
I would
CNN
still
being
say
goofy?
even if they did, you're taking a huge leap to say they helped get him killed. When I could tell you things about Fox News, like they had to settle the biggest defamation lawsuit in American history because they lied.
You're not.
And no, they tried to
You're
convince
not hurting me.
50%. They
You're not
tried to.
hurting me. I don't know who you're arguing against. 'Cause I
They
think Fox
tried
is
to
fucking
convince half this country that their votes didn't count and that they got cheated. It caused a riot. It caused the company serious fucking harm. Okay, and that's what Fox did. Now tell me what CNN did that's equal.
I don't know, 100 straight days of Black Lives Matter riots, Don't Stop, Summer of Love, mostly peaceful riots with shit burning down.
CNN caused that?
Well, okay, as much as Fox caused, man, you just did with Fox and CNN what you're accusing me of doing with politicians.
No, because I'm talking about a situation where they made.
Prove they had much to do with it.
No, they did, bro. It was proven in a court of law. They used their network. They fired Tucker Carlson as part of the lawsuit or the settlement. They used their network to convince half this country that their vote didn't count, and they fucking did everything in their power to help cause that fucking riot with Donald Trump. And then they tried to cover it up by lying to all of us and saying that it was actually Antifa, even though Trump later pardoned them, and obviously he would never pardon Antifa.
J6, I agreed with you halfway through that. So there's that, I guess. But it's just
Chef, you're wrong. I don't care what color you are. You're wrong.
Democrats and Republicans as just the same side, different sides. Damn, I'm messing this one up. Same side.
Different wings of the same bird, same sides of a different coin. Well, this is why I don't.
Both terrible, but right now you're defending CNN as hard as someone's defending Fox, and you're both.
No, I'm not. I don't defend CNN in general. I defend them in a comparison against Fox. I defend them in a comparison against Fox. It's absurd. There has never been a news network like Fox that lies to their people constantly. That has a 17% accuracy rating. That said in court filings that nobody in their right mind would take them seriously as a news network. They said that.
Okay. You mind if I shout out my channel real quick, and then I have a question for you?
No, go ahead.
If you could, guys, I'm trying to find something good to do while I'm home and I'm sick here. I'm probably going to be all right, but just sub if you could. Uncommon sense.
Guys, whether you agree with him or not, give him a sub. Why not? The guy's sick and all that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No
all right. I'm curious where you get your news.
I'll tell you who I listen to. I listen to Adam Mockler, sometimes Luke Beasley. I can't really stand him. David Pakman. Let me see who else. I think do I listen to? I don't listen to Midas Touch anymore. I used to listen to Ben Meiselas, but he lies about Trump constantly, so I don't listen to him anymore. I listen to 3 or 4 independent journalists, and then I fact check the things I hear from them, so I don't run around like a moron repeating nonsense.
Right. Good. Okay. So, you're doing good. I would just say, fuck CNN, fuck. That's what I would tell you.
No, I'm with you, man. Fuck that. Yeah, fuck them.
A little bit better than Fox thing. You start to sound a little like, you're one of those.
No. You know it's better than Fox. It doesn't mean I watch CNN or I think anybody should. I don't think anyone should watch CNN, MSNBC, or Fox. I'm just pointing out that when it's just like when you said they're not equal. It's like when you said Democrats and Republicans are 2 wings of the same bird. Listen to me. For the last since June, the Democrats have been doing every single thing in their power to force the release of the Epstein files. And the Republicans have been doing every single thing in their power to block the release of the Epstein files. So they are not the same.
The Democrats also blocked the files being released, just so you know.
No, they didn't.
Under Biden.
No, they didn't.
They've been locked up for a while. That's why we're all so confused about, everyone saying Trump's in it and Trump must be.
The Democrats did not block the release. I'll tell you what happened. And you could look this up. I swear to God, you could look it up right now as we speak. Okay. So Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted under Joe Biden's administration. Okay. So before she got convicted, it was an open case, right? After she got convicted, bro, from Missouri, if you call me one more time, I'm going to dox you and your whole fucking family. I swear to God, I'm not playing. You don't want to fuck with me. Hang up. Stop calling me. You ignorant, rude motherfuckers. Only in MAGA. You hear me having a conversation and you just keep calling my phone? Holy shit.
All you're doing is you're just begging them to do it more when you do that.
No, I'm not, because they know better. Believe me, I'll do what I said I'll do. So
All right.
anyway, what was I going to say? I don't know. The Democrats were trying to force the release of the files. The Republican block. Oh, the Democrats didn't block the release of the files. What happened is after Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted, her case went on appeal. Okay. There was open investigations. There was litigation going on with Prince Andrew and everything else. And there was her appeals to worry about. In July of 2025, after her last appeal was exhausted, Pam Bondi came out and said, the investigation is closed. The case is closed. No more investigations. That right there was that very moment is when it became okay to release the files. Right then.
They should have been released the whole time. Democrats, so what you just did is explain how Democrats decided to fumble it and not deal with it instead of finishing the case and releasing it like the American people wanted. They fumbled it because there wasn't anything in there killer about Trump. So they fumbled it on to the next
or hear me out here.
Have been covering this up.
Or if they would have released the files, any ongoing investigation would have been destroyed and Ghislaine Maxwell would have gotten out free, even though she's the second most prolific pedophile in American history. You see how there was something to lose there? And by the way, why didn't Trump release them before Biden?
Whoa. You can't. There could have been something to lose, or I could be right, and Democrats 100% continued to not want to release it or cover it up, just like Republicans before them. Both sides have known about this island and covered this shit up for a very long time.
So how come Trump didn't release them?
I mean, are they out now?
No. For 4 years before Biden. You're worried about Biden, so.
I don't know. Maybe shady reasons. Maybe horrific shady reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm completely fine with that.
Except the difference is, and you could look this up because.
You're not upset about the Democrats holding it. You're not upset about the Democrats holding it.
I know how criminal cases work. If they would have released the files, that would have been the end of everything. Anybody that's in those files would have gotten away scot-free, and Ghislaine Maxwell would have wound up getting out of prison. There's no question about it.
Did you want the files released or not then? Because now you're not making sense.
No, I wanted to not at the cost of. No, I wouldn't want them released. I wouldn't want them released at the cost of Ghislaine Maxwell going free. No. She's a proven pedophile. She never even denied she's a pedophile.
Well, so you and I would disagree on that. Then this might kill you. I'd rather let one pedophile go and catch thousands.
Even if you couldn't prosecute those thousands.
You know what? Even if I couldn't prosecute those thousands, those people, and I mean these aren't just Joe Schmo on the street, right? These people will be named. They'll be known. I guarantee you.
No, because you know the problem is you and MAGA will say, no. That's the thing about you. You're full of shit because you want convictions in cases. But we have one case where fucking Jeffrey Epstein's partner who groomed and raped girls with him, she was actually in prison, convicted. Now you're telling me I'd rather have a bunch of people get named just so jerk-offs like myself can say they're innocent because I don't feel that they're guilty, which is exactly what you're doing.
No, that had nothing to do with Trump at all. That whole point was about you. You just asked me if it would be better to release the files. Your question was, would it be better to have released the files and not be able to prosecute anybody, or keep the files, prosecute, Ghislaine, never say the name right, and then, I don't know, maybe get a few others.
No, because here's the thing. This is what you're forgetting. This is what you're forgetting. It's not forever. When the investigations were ended and some Department of Justice closed the case, we're going to get the files anyway. So why would you fuck all that up?
Well, that's my thing. Is why would the Democrats hang on to the files and then?
I just told you.
Close the case. So the case is over. And now the files have been released. The Democrats could have done the same thing the Republicans just did.
No, they couldn't have.
And the Republicans didn't do it sooner. They both fucked up. They both tried to hide it.
Again, this is a false equivalence. The Democrats are the only reason the files have been released.
What? During Trump's administration while he has a majority? What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why? Because public perception forced him? Dude,
no.
There's no amount of public perception that is forcing Trump to out himself as a pedo.
Let me ask you something. Do you know about the discharge petition that was authored by Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna?
I'm not well enough to
say.
I
so let me tell you about it. Okay, so listen. So Donald Trump refused to release the files. Okay, they came out in June. I don't know if you remember. Donald Trump lied to the whole country and said there are no Epstein files. Remember, even after Pam Bondi in February said they're on my desk. Okay, as soon as he did that, There was a discharge petition authored by a Republican and a Democrat, Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna. Now, in order, the discharge petition, the point of it was to force a vote on the House floor, because that's the first step to getting the files released. We got to vote on the House floor, then the Senate, then if it's passed, the president signs it. Okay, so 4 Republicans signed it. 2 of them, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. 1, Donald Trump called into a meeting, Lauren Boebert. She's spoken about this openly and practically begged her to take her name off the petition. She refused. Marjorie Taylor Greene, when she said she was going to sign the petition, Donald Trump called it a hostile act. Okay, and that's why.
Look, so everything you're saying is shady. Don't like anything.
No. You got to let me finish.
Look,
So
okay, fine. I don't know what you're trying to prove,
they needed 218. I'm trying to prove that the Democrats are the only reason the fucking files got released. So they needed 218 signatures. 214 of those signatures, 214 were Democrats.
Okay.
4 of them were Republicans. So if those 214 Democrats, if those 214 Democrats didn't sign the petition, they would have never been able to pass the Epstein Transparency Act, Epstein File Transparency Act, and Trump could have kept these files under wraps like he had been doing.
Okay, I mean, sure. I'm glad these Republicans reached across the aisle and did.
They didn't.
I still believe they absolutely
didn't reach across the aisle.
While the Democrats had them.
4 Republicans reach across the aisle.
It's weird they get a pass. It's just CNN gets more of a pass than Fox. Democrats get more of a pass than the Republicans.
Yeah.
And hillbillies in the flyover states, they suck. But the educated people on the coast, they're the elite. You kind of get.
I remember, bro. You're right. I remember when Obama wore that tan suit and people just let it go, and they didn't throw a fit for like 6 weeks straight on Fox News and everywhere else. Yeah, you're right.
What?
You're talking about Democrats. They get a pass.
Are you bringing up racism? Wait, are you trying to bring up racism right now?
No, I'm bringing up Obama wore a tan suit. I don't know if you remember that. If not, look it up after the show. Fox News went ballistic and abused this man relentlessly. So did all of the people who are now MAGA because he wore a tan fucking suit. He got more abuse than Donald Trump is getting for being a pedophile.
CNN made fun of Trump's damaged ear after an assassination attempt. They both suck, man. We can go back and forth all day. CNN sucks.
Let me ask you something.
Can
I ask you something?
You're an asshole.
Can I ask you something? Is there a difference between making fun of a guy for wearing a tan suit, a president, and making fun of a guy who faked being shot in the ear?
Oh, you're one of those. The firefighter that was killed was a setup too. I got it.
No. I do not believe it's a setup.
Agree.
Bro, you're jumping to conclusions. I fight people on that all the time. There's no way it was a setup. What I'm telling you is Donald Trump got scratched by glass. Oh my God.
Sorry, go ahead.
Donald Trump most likely got scratched by glass. Have you seen his ear? Do you know that cartilage doesn't grow back? How do you get shot with an AR-15 in the fucking ear and you don't even have a mark? There's not even a mark on it.
He does, and I have a question.
He doesn't.
What kind of tech they give the fucking president? Hey, the president of the United States. You know the kind of medical grade care they can get, the top of the line shit, right? Come on, man.
So they were able to give him magic cartilage.
No magic, but what? You just can't believe that an ear, a wound on an ear was from a bullet. It was actually from glass, and then there was no way that it was healed up.
Yes, because if you get shot in the ear, you're going to have a hole in your ear, and most likely your head too.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay,
so you're not one of the. I like that. That was a good joke.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So, is there anything else? Because you're a cool guy. I'm having fun chatting. I got time to kill. You've been super kind. Is there anything else you're heated at about MAGA Republicans? Anything right now?
No, I'm good. I got to get going anyway, bro. I appreciate you calling. What's your name again?
I'm Brandon. Uncommon Sense. First name's Brandon.
You seem like a good guy.
You do. Yeah, thank you so much, man. You're pretty cool. And goodbye, chat. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Please. All right, go sub to his channel. Why not? The guy's sick. Uncommon Sense is the name of the channel. FBS believes sexes can change, but the ear can't be fixed. No, I don't. Johnny, have you ever watched me? When people say to me, "What is a woman?" I say anyone born with female reproductive organs and only anybody who is born with female reproductive organs. So how do I believe sexes can change? The fuck are you talking about? It only tipped his guys. The guy, if anything, he had a scratch. You could look at the cover of Time magazine. You could look anywhere. He has a recent picture of his ear. There's not even a fucking. You wouldn't be able to tell anything happened. The guy put a ridiculous, gigantic, fucking insane band-aid for something that was nothing more than a micro scratch. And you don't expect people to make fun of him? If Obama or Biden did that, oh my God. Holy shit, there would have been books written about how ridiculous it is. Guy from Missouri, I'm not taking any more calls on this show. Please don't call me again. Christ almighty. Next time. Guys, this guy's number is 314-378-5355. If you want to show him what a fucking nag he is, give him a call. Oh, it's unbelievable. And this is why, even when you make up a Google number and you give it out, you know that sometimes I get calls hours after I do the show. I'm not even live. And these motherfuckers think they can call me like when I'm laying down with my wife watching a movie. What's up, Juan Colon? What's up, brother? I'll always take a question from you. God almighty. Jesus fuck. Teleprompter glass, what? Teleprompter glass plus 325 milligrams of aspirin. Oh my God. Guys, he keeps calling. Look at this. He keeps calling. Why is he doing that? Why does he keep calling? Even though I've said it, I've made it clear that I have to end this show and I'm not taking any more calls. Gee, you guys fuck everything up because this makes me never want to give out the fucking number again. I got to turn my phone off because of this dipshit. I should leave it on, and if he calls again, I'll give you his name as an address too, because you could ask anybody in this chat who's been with me for years. It takes me about 30 seconds. I could find out your entire life story, and all I need is your phone number. So you shouldn't fuck with me. It'll turn out badly for you. Every man was once a woman, then the hormone testosterone hit the feet. Oh, whatever. I think it's Juan Cologne. Oh, wait, was that Juan? No, he said question. I've been patiently waiting. Was that you, Juan, Colin? Where's your question? What happened? Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you can, a show as good as this, great debate, everything else. And I made $12 on this chat or in this live stream. How do you feel about that? I know I'm going to block it. I want to block it. That's what I usually do. I'm sure your wife, I'm sure he doesn't mind at all. I'm sure your wife, I'm sure he doesn't mind at all. Oh, my wife is a man. I got it. Yeah, believe me. Again, there's people, unknown trader, JGB, Miss Can't Be Wrong. These people, my wife is gorgeous. She's a beautiful woman. She's a nurse. Yeah. But I know you guys are closeted and you're always running around looking for gay guys. Unfortunately, you don't have one here. You think you're a badass. No, I don't. But I'm certainly not scared of you or anyone like you. That's for goddamn sure. I'm Brandon. I'm on Common Sense. I don't know why I have another handle. Oh, okay. Howdy. All right. Where's Juan? I'm not going to miss Juan's question. Juan is a very important chat member here. Who pays Dems to protest and cause chaos? Nobody. Believe it or not, there are people in this country who are thinking people who are, make their own decisions, and they go out and I'll give you an example. I have been to both the No Kings rallies. I was actually one of them in two different counties. I went to two different rallies on the same day. And I didn't get paid. My wife didn't get paid. Nobody I talked to there got paid. You guys are brainwashed into believing this stuff. You know why? Because Trump cannot handle that people don't like him. So he just convinces you. It's not that they don't like me. They're getting paid to do it. Yeah, no, we're not. I wish I was getting paid to do this show right now, and I'm not. It's just not how it works. People don't like Donald Trump for good reason. So nobody's paid to be at those rallies. Nobody. Nurses are angels. So see, there's a guy making a comment about my wife. I don't know who, I don't know why he would do that. Oh, oh, no, Pepper Moon. I just blocked you by accident. You were saying they are, yes, they are angels. I thought, because every show people try to be like, nurses cheat the most and all this shit. I thought you were being a dick. I'm sorry. Well, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Please hit the like and subscribe. Where's Juan? Juan, I just posted my question. All right, let me look for Juan's question. Juan, I'm exhausted. Let me see. Juan, I don't see it. Does anybody see his question? Juan, why wouldn't you just post it again? Why don't you copy and paste it? Because I don't see it, Juan. I'm going through all the comments. There is no question from you. I can't even find a comment from you. Why are you doing this to me, Juan? I'm nice to you, ain't I? Why are you doing this? I'm exhausted. I don't want to be on here anymore. I'm staying on here for you, Juan. I believe you have a beautiful wife. You seem like a funny guy, and that's what really gets the good look of women. You are true. You could even look like an animal like me. You could be as grotesque as I am with a face like this, and somehow still pull a good woman if you can make them laugh. It really is true. I'm not even playing. I've always done very well for myself because my ability to speak and make women laugh. I can't see it, Juanito. Yeah, we can't see it. I bet if we were in the same room, you would curl up like a little bitch. Well, I've been tested, believe me, and no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. You don't know me. You might want to find out about me, Nicholas, before you make those assumptions, like where I'm from, for example, and how I've lived my life. Chances are, Nicholas, it's the exact opposite. If you came within 100 feet of me, you would fucking turn around running. And if you didn't, chances are I'd knock your fucking teeth out. So just saying. They've proven they pay lots of protesters, and we've seen the emails asking leftist creators to make videos discussing certain topics. Oh, so in other words, leftist creators are asked to discuss certain topics. Do you mean like Tim Pool and all those guys that were taking like millions of dollars from like Russia and Israel and shit, like Charlie Kirk himself, to speak about certain things? Because I don't know who you're talking about. I'd like for you to name the leftist creators, and I'd like to see how that has anything to do with people getting paid. So if I got an email where somebody said, hey, do me a favor, talk about this issue tonight, where's the payment? Are they offering me money or what? Because no, you haven't. Believe me, you haven't seen those. And they've proven they get paid lots of money. No, they haven't. Because tell me who, what protesters have been caught? Give me some names. Tell me how much they got paid. Because you're just saying that. Believe me. Okay, I want to ask you: do you shoot? Do you like firearms? And if you do, have you gone hunting? This is about Trump's ear. Well, I'll tell you this: I'm a convicted felon. I've been a convicted felon for about 27 years. And I'm not legally allowed to own firearms, but I can assure you that in my last line of work, it was required that I had a gun on me at all times. And in many instances, I was put in a position where I had to use it. So hunting animals, not so much. But, and anybody who doesn't believe me, trust me, I've been vouched for. My whole life story is known on here. I believe me when I tell you, I am not what you look at me and see. You see a different guy than who I actually am. So legally, I cannot have guns. Yeah, just search. He's been tested. Oh, yeah, I have been. Everybody knows about me. I have 5 guys roll up to my fucking house. And don't get me wrong, I got the shit kicked out of me, but I didn't back down. I threw my car in park and I jumped out and I started swinging on the first guy and I fucked him up and then I got jumped. So if I stood up to those guys, you think I'd back down from you? Whoever said that in the chat, you think so? And that's just what happened to me from YouTube. So I'm in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I dare you. I challenge you. So in other words, in order for me to prove I'm a man, I would have to drive to North Myrtle Beach to meet a jerk off who I don't even know. Whose name I've never even seen until today. And if I don't do that, I'm a big pussy, right? I'm in York, Pennsylvania, Nicholas. You going to come here? Let me just ask. What if I tell you, no, you got to come meet me? You're going to do it? When I seen Trump's ear, he had a hole in it on a fresh injury. You can put skin graft. Sometimes it takes, sometimes it doesn't. That's from the Big Bang. He didn't have a hole in his ear. I'm sorry, but he didn't. And if there's a picture of him with a hole in his ear, all you got to do is tell me where to find it, and I'll pull it up right now and show it to everyone. Yeah, right, Johnny. Fuck off. Juan, you really need a colonoscopy to find your brain. I don't know where Juan is. I don't know. Did he finally leave a comment? Posted it now. Okay, Juan, we're done for the day. Guys, thank you for everything. I love you all. And until, well, I hate MAGA. The rest of you I love. Have a good day. Peace.